Good morning, good people. This is Lee Craft, the host of the What If podcast. Today's show is about my new business adventure. I opened a new business. It's called In Your Words. And you probably say, Lee Craft, what kind of business is that? Well, it's a business about in your words. What I do, I provide a service for people who've done you wrong, people who've lied on you, people who owe you money, people who've done something they said they were going to do, but they didn't do it. I provide a service for you to, I'm a customer out for you. I know it's something you want to do, that you want to do, but you can't do. That's what I'm here for. I will provide a service for you. And we got different packages. You know what I'm saying? We got the Samuel Jackson package, Aunt Esther, Richard Pryor, Cat Williams package, and Bernie Mac. Or you want to be a little more subtle, we have T.D. Jakes, Joyce Myers, or Joel Osteen. So whatever you choose, I will do it. I know y'all probably saying, Lee Craft, T.D. Jakes, Joyce Myers, and Joel Osteen, they don't cuss. They will cuss today. But before we get started, if you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com or go to Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, or Instagram. Look for the animated black man with white beard, smiling and profiling, and finally realizing that everybody's trying to size me up. Yeah, this is the thing, people. I did a survey on this business venture before I got started. I talked to my wife. I talked to my daughters. I talked to my cousin. I talked to my people at work. I asked around. Even when I went to the store, I asked people, what would you do if somebody offer you a service for us, somebody do you wrong, that they provide a service for you to go custom out for you? Are you serious? Sign me up. I said, are you serious? Yeah. I said, I got different prices. I don't care what it is. I got something I want you to cuss out right now. I said, really? I said, okay. So I got business cards. So I passed out them business cards. So before I forget though, the numbers are, you can look up In Your Word. That's the phone number, or dial 469-687-9673 and ask for me, Lee Craft. Hey, and like I said, I guarantee you one thing. If you're not satisfied, we'll give you a total refund. Because I promise you, I'm going to cuss them out the way they should be cussed out. Now, remember now, it depends on which package that you get. Now, if you get the Samuel Jackson package, oh, you know what's going to happen. Bernie Mac, you know what's going to happen. But you go T.D. Jakes, Joyce Meyer, or Joel Osteen, it's going to be a little more subtle. But they will still get cussed out. Look, I know y'all probably saying, Lee Craft, you have a positive podcast. My podcast is positive. And sometimes people need to be cussed out. So that's what I'm here for. I don't want you to get no aneurysm. Leave it to me. In your words, I will give it to them. You know what I'm saying? And I will bring them, and I'll be animated a little bit too, if you know what I mean. But be mindful, no matter what you're going through, I can guarantee you one thing, that it's going to be okay as long as you make God a part of your life. That's the what if guarantee. What if you add God to your diet? I guarantee you things will be different. Like I said, good people, I got a email from my sister Sarah. She said, Mr. Lee, I want you to cuss out Pastor Burns for me. And I'm looking at the email. She read out. She read. Well, the email said this right here. Pastor Burns, I had a child was in the hospital. Pastor Burns, while my child was in the hospital, he never came to visit my child. And I've been attending this church for over 15, 20 years. And I want you to cuss him out for me. I said, I emailed her back. Which package do you want? She went to Samuel and Richard Pryor on that. She said, how much can $5,000 get you all of them? It'll get you all of them. And I even throw in some Joel Osteen, George Meyer, and T.D. Jakes. I'll bless them while I'm cussing them. Oh, man. Yeah. But this thing of people, like I said, this business venture that I told you that I had, that I created, I don't have that. I don't believe in people going around having a service to cuss somebody out. Even sometimes you get so hot at something somebody did, especially when they're driving on an expressway, they cut you off, and first thing comes to your mind, you want to, in your head, you're cussing them out. People often say it, sometimes leave say it in your head, you might have said it out loud. That's a double negative. I don't agree with that. Because you keep it in your head, you're not putting it into the atmosphere. So, I was just having fun today on this Wednesday morning about, people doing certain things to you and you want to get back at them. And sometimes you feel like the only way you can get back at them is to cuss them out. Everybody has been cussed out and everybody has cussed somebody out. You say that you haven't, you lying. Because even I've done that, And I'm like, man, what in the wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people can cuss you out and say, well, you get tickled with it. But you know who you're dealing with. You know where it's coming from, if it's sincere or they get tired of your nonsense. So that's why they cuss you out to let you know, hey, it got serious now. You need to leave me alone. You really need to pump your brakes and back up. But I did that. I did a survey. I did do the survey for real though, and people did say, hey man, I would order that from you. You know, I would do that, Lee Craft. I said, you serious? Yeah. Cause Lee, I'm not telling you, Lee. Some people, some days, Lee, I want to go to work, Lee. I want to cuss my boss out. I said, really? Yeah. I said, wow. I said, you know what? I've been there. I said, I've been there too, but I don't do it. So you got to get over the initial sting and come back to earth and say, you know what? Maybe they're having a bad day. I'm not going to let them get me out of character. So that's what I had on my mind this morning. Good people, let y'all know about that, about my new business venture, In Your Words. But like I said, because people have a tendency to do certain things, and then once you put out in the air, you cannot take it back. Once you cuss somebody out, you cannot take it back. Once you tell a loved one you don't love them, or blah, 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 you cannot take it back. You can apologize all you want to, but you cannot take it back because it's in the air. That's why I said, allow me to do it. Because when I do it, you can apologize. Hey, I apologize for that. I didn't mean to order that in your words, but at the time, I meant it. Simple as that. But like I said, though, it's just something that I thought of this morning. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hope you guys had a little laughter, and hope it brightened your day about In Your Words. Because I know some people will probably do certain things. You cuss them out. Even preachers curse. We all have cursed. If people say they haven't cursed, I don't know what to say. I don't want to be in the same room with them because I might get struck by lightning. Because lightning can miss the evildoer and hit me. You know why? But like I said, though, it's like that, and that's the way it is. So, with that being said, good people, this is Lee Craft. This is my podcast with If you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraft@gmail.com. One band, one sound. Together, we got an opportunity to turn this whole world around. But in order to have a real conversation, you got to have real people if you want to have a real conversation. Have a blessed day. And please find time and make time to tell God, thank you.